Week 6 of Ohio Football 2015 is brought to us by the number 92 and by Donwood Toyota of Athens on the web at donwoodtoyota.com. I'm Russ Eisentstein, the voice of the Ohio Bobcats. It's 4-1 and 1-0 Ohio and the 1-4 and 0-1 Miami RedHawks on Saturday at Peden Stadium. 92, the big number of the week. This is the 92nd all-time homecoming football game at Ohio University. The Bobcats have taken 49 of those. The Cats are all-time 9-10 against the RedHawks on those homecoming dates. This is the most common opponent that Ohio has had on homecoming. The Battle of the Bricks turns 92. This is the 92nd all-time meeting between the green and white and the red and white. Ohio has taken 37 of those, but remember, the Cats have won 8 of the last 9, including last time at Peden, 41-16 a few years ago, and then last year, Josiah Yazdani had the kick to win, and Ohio won it 24-21 at the buzzer in Week 12 of the season. Homecoming's always big. The Miami game is always big. You combine it together and wow, that's really something special. It's also important for the league, too. Remember, these are two of the most long-standing members of the conference. Ohio, the last charter member around, getting in the league and starting it in 1947. Miami came around a year later. A lot of tradition on both sides, and the RedHawks are trying to get that tradition back.
The facts are irrefutable. Miami University is an important place in the history of college football. They are the cradle of coaches. So many players and mentors got their start in Oxford. From the Redskins to the RedHawks, there is a tradition of winning, complete with 15 MAC championships and 5 East Division titles. The last was in 2010. Since then, though, there have been just 11 wins, none in 2013, and 2 last season. This year, they're 1-4 and 0-1. Up until last week, they were tied atop the all-time conference standings for wins in MAC games. Bowling Green now has 272, Miami has 271. This is the second season for head coach Chuck Martin, and they won in Week 1 over FCS Presbyterian 26-7. In Week 2, they were clobbered at Camp Randall, losing to Wisconsin 58-0. Their best performance of the year came in the Week 3 loss in their other rivalry game with Cincinnati, losing by just 4, 37-33. In Week 4, they were topped by Western Kentucky 56-14, and last week, after trailing 20-0 to Kent State, they lost 20-14. The RedHawks have the 9th best total defense in the league and the 11th best total offense. No team scores less, averaging 17 points per game. Quarterback Drew Coomer has thrown for 886 yards, 7 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions. Sam Martin has the most receiving yards with 265. Ryan Smith has 3 touchdowns. On the ground, their top rusher only has 182 yards and 3 scores. Alonzo Smith. Linebackers Kent Kern and Paul Moses both have over 40 tackles. Kern has 7.5 for loss. Moses has 3 sacks.
This is sort of a rivalry week in the MAC. A couple other rivalry ball games being played on Saturday. As Central and Western Michigan will get it going. They battle for the Cannon, and they really don't like each other. Northern Illinois will play Ball State for the Bronze Cornstalk in DeKalb. Fast starts are always important, a key to the contest. And remember, Ohio's outscored the opposition in first quarters this year, 49-6. 49-6. Pretty impressive. The Cats are also 12th in the nation in turnovers taken. Brendan Cope is 9th in the country in receiving yards per catch. Pretty impressive numbers, and hopefully Ohio will turn to 5-1 on the season and 2-0 in this 92nd homecoming game and the 92nd Battle of the Bricks. Our coverage on the Ohio IMG Sports Network begins at 1 o'clock with the kick at 2 as Rob Cornelius and Ryan Boyd and I will paint the picture for you all across our radio network. It's also on ESPN3. All right, it's the Battle of the Bricks, Ohio and Miami. Enjoy it and happy homecoming. For Derek Mashiro, I'm Russ Eisentstein, and yes, this is Bobcat TV.